We're going to talk about it today. We're definitely going to talk about some things today. All right, let's see. I'm going live on X, but it's saying that there's some issues with X. So whatever happens on X. There's always some issues happening there for some reason. But anyway, we're going to do this because it's going to be recorded. And I think it's very important at this point in time that we actually talk about what is really happening. Okay, I see myself here. And I think it's very important. I am going to turn it down. I just want to make sure you can see me. It is live. We are live on X and we are live on YouTube. So look at my title today. I'm going to change. Let me change something here. I'm gonna edit my title and say here that it is essential for us to delineate. There is a takeover. Democrats are implementing an immigrant takeover of America. We have now a great deal of immigrants in our spaces. They are speaking to us as if we have to go along with what the Democrats are about to do. They have been attacking us. They've been attacking us on X, on social media. I think I've expressed that to you all before previously. It's known that they come into our spaces, they disrupt, they try to distract. Even we get shadow banned on X. You know, I don't see Black Twitter as a major, well, they're still there, but it's not like it used to be, right? Because now with all the politics and the censoring, you won't find a lot of us on Black Twitter really speaking about politics because we have so many immigrants in the pot, in the mix, cosplaying as us, trying to talk as if they are us and lead us in a direction that is destructive for the freedmen because they are working on behalf of the Democrat Party. And today we're going to really get into it. I'm going to show you all some of the things they've been doing and attacking me, right? And some other of us that are literally out here working for policy instead of party, right? We're doing policy for our people, but they're trying to hinder that policy because guess what? They won't get anything. They have to attach to us. We, the freedmen, the Americans that have all kinds of equity in this country. We, the freedmen, are part of the Constitution, a part of the history. We are stakeholders, shareholders in this country. And they want to get rid of us. And now they got all these other humiliated immigrants going along with the plan. And if you don't see that now and you want to think about some Pan-Africanism, you are just basically helping to erase your descendants, your legacy, right? Because that's all they're doing. They're saying they're Black like us. Really, when Black, wait, I'm gonna keep saying it. Black is a racial social construct in America created specifically to harm and injure the freedmen. Immigrants don't have this history. They don't have this plight. So therefore, why do they come here thinking that they're entitled to what is ours? And now they're blatant about it. They're being straight up blatant about the direction that the Democratic Party is going. Hold on. Okay. So I'm making sure now I'm on YouTube. You can see me. You can hear me there on YouTube. Right. Okay. Okay. So we're gonna do this today. I'm gonna show some. It's gonna be the show today. I have to highlight these Black identity politics that Pan-Africans are pushing, that the Black boule elitists are pushing, does not get us anywhere other than the Democrats getting humiliated beings our wealth. Because that's what's really happening, right? They're literally allowing them to take over our wealth and plunder our wealth from us. And I'm going to show you because they're bold about it now. They're becoming they're emboldened to try to tell us this is a nation built by immigrants. Again, right? But let's get into it. I'm gonna start with the president first, y'all. I'm gonna kick it off with the OG because he's standing firm. He's being consistent. And I'm calling him OG Trump because Trump is an OG up in the presidential office as an executive. He's an OG to me. He's doing it, and he's speaking up, right? So anyway, okay, let's get to it. Give me a moment. So I'm sorry, my hair keeps getting in my face, but okay, give me a moment. I'm gonna share my screen because it's evident the direction of the Democratic Party at this point. They're blatant in your face, telling you this is what the direction we're going. So if you ever let them get back in office, if you continue to align with the Democratic Party at this point in time, you are sealing your own demise. That's where I'm at with it. You are definitely sealing your own demise. So let me see. I want to get to this one first, and then we're gonna get to the next one. Let me make sure I'm sharing this right, because in the State of the Union, he literally asked these people to support the Americans and about the protection of the Americans. And what did they do? What did they do? Okay, we're gonna listen. Let's listen. Let me make sure you all can see. Let me make sure my screen over on YouTube is sharing, because I've noticed when I share it, sometimes it still is not playing and it's on screen. So let's see. It's taking a moment. Let me stop sharing again. I'm gonna do it again for YouTube. Let's see. Okay, there it goes. As soon as I took it off, it came back up with me. Okay, let's see. And we're gonna talk about this because at this present point in time, it is not a game. This is not a game. Why is it not over here on YouTube? I don't see it. It's a blank screen. Are you all seeing the screen on? I can see it on StreamYard. Oh, there it goes. Okay, took it a little time, so y'all, I'm gonna be a little slow because I'm gonna go along with the internet. But here we go. We're gonna play it now, though. It's ready. Let's listen. All right. So I'm gonna stop sharing this one. what did the Democrats do? They sat there. Democrats. I'm gonna stop. Okay. They didn't say anything. Okay, I'm gonna take that one off. Okay. So now you said with your own eyes, State of the Union. Now let's get to all right, thank you, Brandon. Yes, we're speaking out. Hi, Jim I View. Okay, so now let's look at the next clip of the president, right? Because basically he's like, hey, we got to protect the American citizens. We got a great deal of illegals over here on this soil, and they can't do certain things on this soil to our people, right? Aren't we? Didn't we vote to office to protect us? We voted these beings into office to protect and to stand up for the Americans. And what are they doing? They don't care about the American citizens anymore. They care about taking over this government. They care about making sure these illegal immigrants stay in this country because they want to take over this country, and they don't want Americans to even have anything that is theirs in this country. And we know why. We know why. Because many of them are immigrants themselves. So this is why I titled, this is the Demonscrats, globalist imminent threat is immigrant takeover of America. It's in full play in front of our eyes. Waiting for my YouTube. And we're going to play this for everybody to hear. I mean, he literally asked them to support us, the Americans. And the Democrats did what? Now it's up on my YouTube. We're going to play it now. Listen to this. Like, this is wild. I'm going to rewind it. Oh, shoot. Hold on.
The first duty of the American government is to protect American citizens, not illegal aliens.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna start hearing that. Now, what did you all see? You saw it for yourself. This is the State of the Union, where he literally says, "Hey, a part of the Congress is to protect the United States citizens from these illegal aliens or immigrants." No, they're not immigrants yet because they hadn't even gone through the process. They're illegal aliens. They're aliens, and they're foreigners on our soil that are now, to me, when you look at it, they're given the access to leave. They're given money, a plane ticket. They can go anywhere else, but they're saying you got to get out of America. And we're being very humane, considering what our ancestors went through. We're being very humane with these beings, and they are not leaving. And then you got a political party that will not align with the laws and the Constitution regarding these illegal aliens. You all, come on now. You got to see what's happening. That was front and center, and you could see the president's face. He was like, are you really going to sit here right now and show the American people that you don't care about them and not going to protect them? Like, literally, any freedman, Black American supporting the Democratic Party at this point in time, knowing that they are protecting illegal aliens on this soil, and you've been voting for them for the last 60 years, and they ain't got you your reparations, and they have plundered your wealth. They have allowed your people to be killed by cops. Whatever, they filibustered your affirmative action so you wouldn't get anything, and then put minorities in so they get all of what is yours. How much more do you need to see that this Democratic Party is not for you? And you need to vote all of these people out of office, and you need to you need to be the black elitists and boule and call black leadership, even your clergy. What's wrong with us? They need to be taken. Okay, I'm gonna try to my wording, because I'm hot. I'm hot. They need to be taught that you don't represent us, and you gonna get our vote and sit in Congress and do that. We got something for you. We need to be holding the black leadership accountable. What's wrong with our people right now? You can go out and talk racism, but what about what these beings are doing? Because they have aligned with racists, and they have aligned with racism against you at this moment. Today when I saw this other video come across my timeline, but hold on, I'm gonna get how we got people amongst us going against our collective, their own people, for immigrants. But you know what? I'm gonna calm it down for a minute, and I'm gonna show you all, because people want to keep saying that Trump is a racist and Trump is not for us. But what I'm saying is, on both sides, we got some boules, elitists, that want to keep us from receiving what is ours. Now, mind you, all of our ancestors, most of our ancestors went through some things, right? Even if they were free, they were still subjected to certain laws and Jim Crow and all of that, even after emancipation. So, this belief that we should be welcoming and we should just forget about everything in history, when right now, in this present moment, the Constitution is a doctrine of the past, created in the past, right? Based on what was happening in this country. And today, we are literally today in 2026, we're going to go to court, or we are having to go to court, right? The Supreme Court is having to listen to arguments that the 14th Amendment is for illegal aliens to come here and have babies on the soil, and they babies have birthright citizenship. Come on, y'all. Come on and help me with this. This is not adding up. How does illegals come here and have a legal baby? They're not citizens. They don't even have legal paperwork to be on the soil other than a visa. Or maybe even they don't even have permanent resident status. So then their child is a citizen? Man, they playing with us. And y'all, we gotta let them know you can't play with us. Because guess what? We are the patriots and warriors of this land. And it always comes down to us. So at this point in time, I'm gonna share my screen one more time, but one more again, as I like to say. And y'all, I'm gonna listen to what President Trump said. I was right there at the White House, and he's been consistent. And as long as he's been consistent, I'm gonna keep playing it. I'm gonna keep showing the people. You cannot sit here and say that this man is not, or this administration is not including us as a vital part of or in this country, shareholders in this country, integral to this country. But you got the Democrats that are trying to wipe you out, erase you. Oh, wait till we get to them other videos. Wait till we get to them other videos, because I was hot when I saw this other video.
But we thank God for the strength and courage and grit and devotion of Black Americans who have helped make America the most powerful country in the history of the world. But we thank God for the strength and courage and grit and devotion of Black Americans who have helped make America the most powerful country in the history of the world. But we thank God for the strength and courage and grit and devotion of Black Americans who have helped make America the most powerful country in the history of the world. But we thank God for the strength and courage and grit.
Okay, I'm gonna quit playing that, I guess. I do like it looping though. I do like it looping. So then you can get that in your head, right? You can actually hear him say it over and over again. Right? They trying to make us a permanent underclass. We're not going for that. We're stakeholders in this country, major stakeholders in this country. We're major shareholders in this country. We were the first stock that generated the wealth of this country. You think I'm gonna be a permanent underclass in my country? And after all of what my ancestors have done, and Miss Sassy, you voted for that other woman, honey. You voted for that. You voted for that instead of making your vote and and speaking out for your people with Trump. You voted because y'all want a female president, a feminazi for a president. As long as you get a woman as a president, it could be Hillary Clinton, it could be Kamala Harris, feminazis that are still trying to erase you, but you will vote for them. Trump ain't never did nothing to us that they want to erase us. Trump has been around Black people all his life. And wait a minute. How many Black men were all up in Trump's face? And he was sitting in I saw a video of him sitting in the studio with some rappers or whatever. They were smoking, drinking. Trump said, I don't do any of that, but he was cool, sitting there right there with them. So how is it all of a sudden this man is the most racist and he's just destroying Black America? What's wrong with y'all? Something ain't right with y'all up here. And you're spiritually bereft. You're not godly. So don't play that Christian stuff with me. You ain't nowhere near God because you'll be able to see what's going on right now. Taking your people and talking crazy and saying that somebody that sits up there and tells you, I'm not going to do anything specifically for Black people. And then operating in your identity. Taking your resources and giving it to others. And they ain't never worked for it, never did anything to receive the rewards and the benefits of what our ancestors did and left for us, our inheritance. This whole country, everything here is ours. These people wasn't here doing nothing for America. They haven't fought any wars for America. They haven't invented or developed anything to help this civilization and this society to advance itself to a first world nation. And you're going to sit up here and tell me that they are, they're here for us to help us. And they showing you every day they're getting ready to wipe you out and want to take out your descendants, want to take out your offspring. And then trying to change the history where they are going to the 14th Amendment and claim that immigrants that have never stepped foot on this soil can have a baby and it's a citizen. Are y'all okay? Are y'all really okay? Because I don't think you're okay. I think you're psychopathic. I think you're indoctrinated. I think you're brainwashed. And I also think that you're suffering from menticide. You're sick. You're sick beings. That's what I think. But okay, I'm gonna calm it down, y'all. I'm hot today. This is me really on 10. This is me really on 10. Because we got them on both sides now. On both sides of the aisle. When I say on both sides of the aisle, I mean we got some on the Republican side of the Republican Party, and we got some on the most of them on the Democrat Party. But guaranteed, they on both sides trying to hinder us and make us a permanent underclass. And it's some of our own beings, some of our own freedmen people. And then some of them are not us, but they're cosplaying as us. And y'all sitting up here in spaces with them, yipping and yapping like they your friends. Oh boy, while they stab you in the backstabbers. Okay, first I'm gonna get to this. We gotta talk about this. Oh Lord have mercy. It's so much. It is so much. And we got so many of our people, they have to understand what is going on. You have to understand what the play is right now. And I'm going to break it to you. Now, this sister right here, she breaking it down. She knows what's up. Let me okay. It's loading. So here we are. We're on X, but we're gonna go. I want to go to this specific interview or this specific story. Let's see if it comes up. And it was posted. And this is how immigrants are in our politics. This is how immigrants get into office and stifle us in our progress and try to keep us from our resources. Here it is, right here. Here it is, right here. Now, I'm going to show this on my screen. I'm going to show this on my screen. No, we ain't doing that, Sassy. She ain't 92% of a black woman. 92%. That don't give me that. Don't give me that. Because you know what? They the black boule. Didn't they go raise money for her? They went and raised money for her, right? And you sat along and you went along with it, Sassy. So stop it. You were gonna vote for her. Stop it. I'm not listening to that. Hold on. Let me make sure I got the right. Oh, hold on. I one up on StreamYard. Let me stop sharing on StreamYard. Let me get the right one up. Oh, so on live so y'all can see what I'm talking about. Because this is the play. The black identity politics to keep you in a flux and to say, oh, we got to help. The play is they coming over here taking your resources, getting in your politics to take all of your capital and your resources and then claim your identity at the same time. Y'all, look at this. Look at this. In a rare denaturalization, the Department of Justice, DOJ, has filed to strip U.S. citizenship from the former mayor of North Miami, Florida. What? Wait a minute. Our ancestors chartered the city of Miami. They were a part of the charter of the city of Miami. Okay. Woo, y'all. This is why I say I'm hot today. He is a Haitian. He frauded with two identities and committed marriage fraud to obtain American citizenship. Think about how many of them are doing that right now. Think about how many of them are on this soil right now that had committed fraud, which I also think anytime someone comes over here and claims that the baby is a citizen and they're illegal, that's fraud. And human trafficking. I'll take it further. I say it's human trafficking too, because you just traffic your child to try to become a citizen of this country. You literally consciously came over to America with your child, even if it's in your womb, and you gonna try to make sure that child is a citizen of America. That is, to me, human trafficking, and it's definitely fraud. Right? It's fraud because you're defrauding this government and trying to get some citizenship. Now, I want everybody to see this is what the play is for the immigrants. Oh, this is what the play is for a lot of immigrants. Okay, he's saying, I just found out the video is not, let's see, I'll keep it up. It didn't come up. Okay, hopefully it's up now. I'm seeing it on my screen. So, video not showing? Okay, what about now? Do y'all see this? He's Haitian. He's Haitian. Okay? He was mayor of North Miami, Florida. I'm going to say it again. Our ancestors are on the charter as a founding people of Miami. Not no Bahamians, not no Haitians. Okay? So this black identity politics, this is what it's going to get you. You keep trying to go along with this racial construct of black. Freedmen, you better start using it. It's a legal status. We can still be black under freedmen. We can still be Gullah Geechee. We can still be Creek. We can still be whatever as a people who, however you identify, Creole, freedmen. We're still freedmen. That's our legal status, right? You keep going with this black, and this is what black is getting you: erasure, erasure. Okay, because it's a racial social construct created what? To harm and injure the freedmen, us. We didn't have race in America until all the stuff started happening to us. And everything, black codes. Who was that? Us, freedmen, right after emancipation. Had nothing to do with these recent arrivals that you see coming here right today. And this is what they're doing. And this is the ultimate plan of the Democratic Party and some in the Republican Party. I gotta keep it real. Gotta keep it buck. Republican Party, along with some of them. Now, what I found out, we all know about some of the Democrats jumped over to the Republican Party back in the Lily Whites. They jumped over to the Republican Party from the Democratic Party. Dixiecrats, right? They jumped over to the Republican Party. We're seeing it again. A lot of these Democrats have jumped ship and came to the Republican Party. So now we're surrounded. Hey, it is what it is. And we got an opportunity, you all, right now to delineate with this current administration and make sure that they understand which direction we're going. And on top of that, we represent us, the grassroots, us, the people. We let them know which direction we're going. We don't wait for these politicians because we see what they're doing. You see that the Democrats specifically said they don't care about protecting you, which goes back to our 14th Amendment, right? Now we got it on video. They ain't thinking about protecting us as freedmen. So we got now all kinds of data, documents that reinforces that we have not been a protected class under the 14th Amendment. It is what it is. We better make it work for us. Okay, all right. Y'all get to the next one. Get to the next video. And we're going to talk about this one. Because some of the things that are being said are from our own people. Now, this includes me. I'm going to play a little of this because this is what's happening out on X, right? Here we are activists, advocates. We're really out here pushing policy for our people. We're really doing the work on the ground. But we got a lot of people on X that decided that, you know what? We're going to be friends with the immigrants and we're going to help them talk crazy to you. Oh, yeah. It's crazy. It's wild. It's wild. That's why I say these people crazy. Let me share my screen. And so y'all can hear how these people were talking to me after I went to, I didn't go to Mar-a-Lago. The other activist, Mark King Carter, we did meet up with Trump's senior advisor after he went to Mar-a-Lago and sealed the deal so we could sit down at the table and negotiate some things for our people, right? We're talking ability, right? We're on sustainability. We're on our equity. We're talking about being stakeholders and shareholders of this country. We should not be operating as if we are the immigrants and we're at a deficit or like we have not contributed to this, the greatness of this country. You already heard your president say it numerous of times. It's integral. We're integral.
We got it.
But now I want y'all to hear how the feminazi, the Democratic feminazi that is an immigrant, talks to our Black American Negro freedman man. And then on top of that, talk to me and question me about the work that I'm doing on policy for our people. Yeah, what the fuck? Yeah. We bringing it today. Yeah, because they need to get out. And people need to quit engaging with these beings that can't stand on it for us and our people, because they weak, and we need to get rid of them out of our collective. They need not to be amongst us, right? Because they ain't gonna do nothing, but they're here to distract and destroy. All right, let's listen to what this Demonscrat has to say.
Never in our advocacy or our work have we worked to leave you behind, even though you don't have car insurance, and we're trying to figure out why the fuck you don't. Trying to be in political spaces but can't even afford a goddamn premium. But as Democrats, we're trying to figure out why you don't have car insurance, so we can advocate for that, so you can be made whole and not go to the goddamn, because your grown ass over 50 with fucking kids is going to jail in 2024 for car insurance.
Once you figure
That's
out
my
how to fix
shit.
that
You can get the
badass
holiday
You are
car
the
insurance
least
All right.
amongst us.
All right.
And as the Black community, we are only as strong as our weakest link. And this nigga can't even get car
You're
insurance.
definitely
The
not
fuck are we talking about?
You're on the
Go ahead.
Sexy
team,
Rob,
ma'am.
you need to
Sexy.
change your
It's my
motherfucking
turn.
You are
name, or
not
you
on
mute
the
your
side.
goddamn mic, bitch.
You are
Because
not
ain't nothing
winning.
sexy
turn.
or raw
Right?
about you.
are on the
You are a
losing
remake. You want to be
team.
somebody
The
you are
entire
not.
country.
You have
Now, you all, this Nikki Barnes is an immigrant. Okay, she'll lie to the end. She'll say she's Creole, Haitian, but she's Haitian probably, right? But she'll say she Creole from Louisiana, but we don't know nothing about her people. Nothing about her people. And this is how she talks in a space with supposedly someone that claims he is also a freedman, and they're located in Florida. Okay, and mind you, this Nikki Barnes aligns with what's his name? Luther Campbell. They the best of friends. And we know how Luther Campbell taught our people, right? Luther Campbell literally said out here on Twitter X that Black men, if they didn't vote for Kamala Harris, needed to be lynched. This is the type of rhetoric that we hear from these humiliated immigrants operating in our identity. Okay, let's get back to it so you can hear what she had to say to me.
have wanted my attention for months, and now we're in a space together, and you
Don't
got
nobody
it.
give a damn
You
about your
don't do
ugly ass,
shit.
bro.
You ain't about
Get
shit.
your
You don't
ass
mean
Nobody
shit.
give
Do
a damn.
anything. Ain't nobody checking for you. And then you try to claim you're working in Florida on reparations, and then you lie me.
I don't know where you
in
been
one of
at,
your
Lawrence.
spaces
I don't know where the
lied
fuck you been
and
at,
said
Lawrence.
that she was talking to
Where the fuck
Chevron
you
Jones
Report you next.
about a reparations platform.
Okay, so y'all, even though they're talking, right? You hear Re-Ups, who is the host of the space. He's also good friends with Nikki Barnes and these other people that are immigrants, right? So also another, I think he's a Black American or freedman, try to check me too on what I'm doing, right, as far as policy for the people. But you can hear her say, I heard about you meeting with with Chevron Jones, this state senator Chevron Jones. Now, I'm gonna fast forward it in some spaces because a lot of it is just negativity, just jumbo, nothing. They're not talking about nothing, but other than they want to check me about what I'm doing on the ground because I'm doing policy for our people. But let's listen.
I've been windmilling for my
And
life.
then
I've been
told
like,
you
damn.
guys that she had a meeting scheduled with Chevron about reparations there in Florida. To which I reached out to Chevron and said, hey, whenever that meeting takes place, as
now, she says she reached out to Chevron. Come on now. Listen.
one of your consultants, I want to be in that meeting. And guess what Sexy Raw never did? She never had a meeting with a state senator. She never was talking to her original Florida. She came on the Twitter and fucking lied.
Mickey,
She
Sexy
never
Raw,
sent an
gatekeep.
email. She never
Jump
did a
out of there,
motherfucking thing. She
Deshaun.
never did nothing. She's nothing but a big ass fucking fraud and a fucking liar. Because Sexy Raw had you actually
Jump out of that
Jump
car,
out of there, Lawrence.
Lawrence.
Get out of there.
Now, these people say that they're serious about policy for our people and doing the work for our people, but yet and still they're setting up on X, denigrating, talking crazy to the actual beings that are out here doing the work. This is why I say crazy. These are Democrats. Re-ups is a Democrat, right? These are Democrats, right? So I just want y'all to take note. These are Democrats. Okay, I'm gonna get back to it. Listen.
You is not at you at co-host. No bias. I'm only here to moderate and throw my opinion in. You come off that mic again, you gonna get dropped.
Can we go to the hands, please? I'm gonna lose my chain of thought.
Okay. Oh, I gotta stop it one more time. One more again. Y'all know who that is? That's a transsexual. Okay? And that transsexual gets all kind of play when they go into spaces. Meaning, what kind of play? Oh, they're always on the stage. They're always disrupting. And again, I'm going to tell y'all, the feminazis, the LGBTQ community, right? And immigrants. It's the profile of the Democratic Party. I got one more. Okay, I just want y'all to hear what I have to say, and then I'm gonna go ahead and move forward because I want y'all to hear clearly what Nikki Barnes states. I want you to hear clearly what she states, and then I'm gonna move on because I got plenty of receipts on how they act and how they're attempting to block us from doing politics for our people. So don't let nobody.
No punk ass. You've been running up, just swinging at folks all night. Out the goddamn dark.
No. Rhea, hold on. No.
Yes, ma'am.
I need
Rhea,
to explain
time for her
how
to get
she
off
was
the
in
stage,
your
Rhea.
space.
You can't tell nobody what to do in this.
There is something that happened. I want to know, and it was in my speech. Just chill, anti-chill. And it was dealing with Sexy Raw. It was Sexy Raw turn anyway. Just hold on, dog. Yeah. Now what was what had happened? What were we speaking?
Rhea, in one of your spaces earlier this year, Sexy Raw came in there and told
Girl,
you
you
something
shut your
about Florida
glass
and
up.
what's
We
going
sick of
on
that.
Hold on,
with
Mark.
ban books here in Florida.
Quiet.
Mute your mic. You don't
Could
have
you
car
shut up,
insurance.
ugly whore?
Hush.
Rhea, can
Sexy
I
Raw
go
came
and get
in
her
and
off the
said
stage? I
that he had
don't
a
need to be
meeting
questioned
with
by
State
a
Senator
loser.
Chevron Jones.
She's a
And what she
loser.
said
I'm the
was
winner here,
she
Rhea.
was talking about
Remove this
reparations here
loser.
in Florida,
Damn, man.
which Chevron
Can you
Jones
remove
had
this
reached out
loser
to his
off the
office
stage?
for
I
a
am
meeting
not
about
answering
reparations.
any
And
questions
so
from the
I
loser.
called Chevron Jones
We
and I
went
said,
there
hey, as one of your
active, right? The
legislative
entire
consultants,
nation
if
went
you're having
there.
Again, she stated she called Chevron Jones as a consultant. That's the second time she stated it, right? So you know Chevron Jones is also Bahamian. Now, what I learned when I was in Florida doing the politics for our people is that some of the city council people that were connecting, they were also Bahamian, right? Operating in our identity. But then you dig down, they're Bahamian. So the connection was city council Bahamian, right? State rep Bahamian. And then you get up to the House of Representatives, Bahamian. Frederica Wilson, look her up. She was my district. I tried to engage with her, talk with her, sit down, have meetings with her for I'm going to give her a year. For a whole year, she ignored my emails, would not meet with me. And finally, I did report her to the ethics committee of the House of Representatives. And all of a sudden, one day, I received an email from one of her aides. Mind you, I was working with other grassroots activists on reparations on a federal level. I'm just saying, I was going to this particular senator on the state level. It wasn't for reparations policies. It wasn't nothing to do with reparations policies. And we had three bills that we wanted to push. Right? One was making sure that any of our Black men or anyone that came out of in mass incarceration or formerly incarcerated could get their records expunged once they met all of their parole requirements. Immediately expunge their records. That's one of them. The other one was also having our people that have graduated from their master's programs in mental health. because we found out a lot of people were not passing the licensure exam. If we could also find some way to grandfather them in. But what we learned is in the state of Illinois, some workers no longer have to take the exam, long as they do so many hours. We wanted to present a bill sort of like, kind of like that, so that our people could be there, the ones that you are not licensed, we could have a more increased number for them to help in our mental health for us, for Black Americans. Now, mind you, that bill would have helped all people, but we're looking at ourselves, right? Okay, then the other bill was the major bill, and this particular state representative, he called us. He decided he couldn't work with us, y'all. It was for an Office of Freedmen Affairs. Mind you, they got offices of, New Americans in Miami. All of these offices for new Americans and immigrants all throughout the nation. But they did not want to push a bill for us for our Office of Freedmen Affairs. Okay, I'm gonna just get back to one more part of it, and we're gonna be done with this.
With the woman named Sexy Raw, or whatever her real name is, about reparations in Florida. I would like to be at that meeting.
Hold on,
Said,
Sexy
no
Rob.
problem.
We're trying to hear both of y'all.
We got it.
Sexy Rob, we're trying to hear both of y'all. Sexy Rob,
She didn't want me to expose her lies.
There is nothing
Rhea,
I'm going
drop
to
her.
answer from
So
I promise you,
She
I will
is an
tell the
immigrant
story
Hold on.
and then I will drop down and she can rebuttal.
right?
But
So-
drop her right now.
I do listen. Hold on real quick, because I do remember
Y'all heard
this.
him say it was Sexy Raw time to speak, right? He said it was my time to speak, but what did he do? He gave the immigrant Nikki Barnes so much space to do whatever she wanted to do, say what she wanted to say, and gave her the right to lie on me. Because this woman don't know me, okay? I don't know her. I've never met her in a day in my life. All of this happened online on X in his space.
And it was, if it was Rich Chevron, right? And I do. You will be able to respond right after Sexy Rod. Just hold off. I do remember this, and it was about reparations and all of that, and I do.
No, it was not.
So
again,
Okay.
if she will stay on.
All right. Well, we see where that's going. That's because at the end of the day, these are the plants amongst us. And we got our own helping to destroy the freedmen. Helping to destroy what is ours and take what is ours. Sassy, if you don't get off my out of my live with that BS, go on, girl. Go on with your Democrat people. I'm not listening. She gonna talk about, Trump is in the Epstein files. Trump was in the Epstein files. He wouldn't have never won the dang presidency. They had all them years to release them files. Just stop it. This is the craziness I'm talking about. Come on now. You know that man, if he was all in the Epstein files, he wouldn't have never ever became president. They tried to assassinate that man, not once, but twice. And somebody say 3 times. You up here with this stupidness. And you're an older elder. I'm tired of this BS. Somebody need to call y'all out. Oh, okay. Now, while we're on the gossiping and the content, I'm going to go to one more thing to reinforce you all that it is, again, the Democratic Party is now making sure that they attempt to take over the United States with immigrants and then push forward as if it's normal for these LGBT alternative lifestyles, as if they're normal, right? And so y'all heard that transsexual, transgender say that they wanted a piece of me in re-up space. But listen to this, because this transsexual is all in re-up space and what they gonna do in America. And, supposedly it's one of us But we know, we don't get down like this, right? We don't get down like this. But I'm going to play this, y'all. I'm going to this. This just happened. This just happened this week. But they're all up in, and it came across my timeline, and I'm sure enough don't use it. Surely is. Let's play.
Representation. I'm only speaking for me. And I want to be very clear who I'm speaking to. I'm speaking to Stephen A. Smith. I'm speaking to Rips. I'm speaking to Date Night. I'm speaking to Social Audio, Grimes. Okay? And I want to be very clear when I say this. Fuck you. Fuck all of you. If you're unhappy, displeased, and disgruntled with the Democratic Party as a black man, fuck you. I don't give a fuck. Find a new party, bitch. Quit getting on Kamala's internet. Motherfucking, can you hush? I'm giving my submission. I'm giving my submission. Okay? And when you want to, you can respond.
Do that. As a black man, I
Please.
Now,
Please.
now when people interrupt me,
Stop. Please, no interruptions. Because
Thank you.
to this, listen.
Just go to
listen to this.
in November, maybe more.
Or you need to vote for the Republicans because we're not going to be in the same party. Okay? Pissailed. I'm sorry. Ish sailed. They picked the gay people over the black man. That's just what it is. And if you don't like it, get over it.
Representation. I'm only speaking for me. And I want to be very clear who I'm speaking to. I'm speaking to Stephen A. Smith. I'm speaking to Rips. I'm speaking to Date Night. I'm speaking to Social Audio, Grimes. Okay? And I want to be very clear when I say this. Fuck you. Fuck all of you. If you're unhappy, displeased, and disgruntled with the Democratic Party as a black man, fuck you. I don't give a fuck. Find a new party, bitch. Quit getting on Kamala's internet. Motherfucking, can you hush? I'm giving my submission. I'm giving my submission. Okay? And when you want to, you can respond.
Do that. As a black man, I
Please.
Now,
Please.
now when people interrupt me.
Okay, enough of that. I was hoping that it played over on YouTube. I'm having it looked blank on my screen on YouTube on my other computer, but I'm hoping you all were able to see it and hear that. So just so you all know, the gays and all whatever, they coming out in the Democratic Party. I'm coming out. Okay, they coming out. They let you know that you will not, as a black man and as a black woman, will not be dictating anything in the Democratic Party. I'm just saying, they let you know it is not the party. It is not the party for the sane. It is not a party for heterosexuals. It is not a party if you believe in reproduction. Oh, but it is a party for pedophiles and immigrants. I'm just saying, y'all, they front and center. They just let you know. They let you know. They telling you what it is. Come on now. It's right here in our face. You cannot say you didn't know. You don't know. You didn't know. Because they told you who they are. They showing you who they are. They coming straight out and showing you. Okay? Now I'm gonna get to this other one. I want y'all to see this. Okay? We got the 14th Amendment coming up. And in the 14th Amendment, we know that it was created, 13th, 14th, 15th Amendments are considered the black laws, freedmen laws of the Constitution, right? All right, we know that, right? So now we got the Democratic Party Y'all, they filed an amicus brief. Yes, they did. Hakeem Jeffries. Isn't he an attorney? I'm just saying, all of these attorneys, and y'all know they know how to read law, right? What you go to law school for and get a JD and you can't read and interpret American law for? Come on, help me out. Okay, so let me share my screen. You've already, I hear you, love. They coming out now. They letting you know we're a party of gays and immigrants and pedophiles. Woo, Lord, this is funny. I have to laugh. I have to laugh because it's so insane. It's so ludicrous. But anyway, I done said, anyway, okay, y'all, let's look at this. The House Committee on the Judiciary, Democrats, ranking member Jamie Raskin, and look what they did. Look, it is documented. It says House Democrats Litigation Task Force files bicameral amicus brief to Supreme Court defending birthright citizenship attacks or against Trump attacks. It's on my screen. Hold on, let me make sure y'all can see it over here on YouTube. You got to be able to see this now. Don't say you didn't know. I'm telling you. I'm showing it to you. They are literally fighting for the immigrants to make sure they can use the 14th Amendment for birthright citizenship. That means they're stating that any illegal that comes to America and has a baby on this soil, their child is a citizen. Do y'all understand the gravity of this? When we know a lot of these illegals and they're Hispanic and Latinos that are now coming here doing exactly like what the mayor, the former mayor did, the Haitian mayor of North Miami, and what he did. Do you all see this? It says they're led by 216 House and Senate Democrats in filing this bicameral amicus brief, standing up for the essential constitutional principle of birthright citizenship in Trump versus Barber, currently before the Supreme Court with oral arguments scheduled for 2026. The Democratic lawmakers argue that President Donald Trump's day one executive order to strip the guarantee of citizenship provided to children born in America violates the Constitution and over a century of Supreme Court rulings, as well as laws enacted by the Congress. Okay, and here's what they say. Here's what they interpret, how they interpret the 14th Amendment. The 14th Amendment, and y'all, they done misspelled 14. Okay. Anyway, the 14th Amendment sets out a constitutional minimum, a floor for birthright citizenship. At a minimum, birthright citizenship must extend to all persons born in the United States and subject to the jurisdiction thereof. But the 14th Amendment does not set out a ceiling. Congress is free to confer birthright citizenship more broadly to people who do not have citizenship by virtue of the constitutional text. Oh my God. Yo. Okay. What dimension, where are we living, y'all? Do y'all see how crazy that is? He literally states that the Congress is free to confer birthright citizenship more broadly to people who do not have citizenship. Okay. Is that not a takeover? right? They're going to stand on this, that immigrants, that whoever come to this soil, long as they on the soil, supposedly they're under the jurisdiction of the United States, therefore any of them and their children are citizens. Okay. Now, I've been saying, no, you can't make it up, love. It's a mental illness. They are mentally insane, psychopaths, sociopaths. Yes, yes. And I've shown on here, and I can go back to it, where in the congressional record, when they created the 14th Amendment, mind you, the Civil Rights Act of 1866 was the foundation of them building on the 14th Amendment and the 13th emancipated slaves, right? 13th Amendment. So they had to make sure we were full and whole citizens, and the children that had been enslaved, right, of the descendants are now made sure they're full whole citizens. You cannot make this up, but this is the attack. This is why I have said Demonscrats or Democrats are implementing an immigrant takeover of America. And I'm going to confer some more of this information for you as well. So we're going to stop sharing with that. You can look it up. You can ask me. I'll make sure I put all of this information under the feed for this video, so you can go retrieve it. But they literally, that's what they said. It is there. They are all out fighting for immigrants. Get you Americans. We don't care. We're going to get a whole new voting base, and we're going to take over America, and we're going to make sure you Americans that did all the work here don't reap no benefits, no rewards, and you no longer be a stakeholder or shareholder in this country, because we're going to bring in these immigrants and they're going to do whatever we tell them to do, because they're doing it already. They're showing us already. Yeah, and I want to piss people off with this today. I surely do. I want to make sure our people get pissed off, because it's time for us to act. It's time for us to talk to Donald J. Trump and his administration as the grassroots representing ourselves. Oh, okay. Hold up. We got to stay on the sexuality for a minute. We're going to go back to it, because they told you what they going to do, right? And they already put books in your schools with your children, telling them how to have sex. But I'm a clinical sexologist. I can't go into a public school system and just talk about sex with the kids. I got to have their parents' permission, and then the state won't even allow such. But you know what? They found a workaround. They found some books to put in your children's libraries so they can teach them about homosexual sex at that. Hold on. Let's listen. Because y'all, this is
to that age-appropriate question and to what we want to invest in for our culture. I guess I look at some of the books that we're seeing commonly implemented in our libraries. We see, I actually went this morning and found This Book is Gay from some of our local libraries. Many of the libraries that testified here today do have it in stock on their shelves, recommended in the teen section as young as 12 years old. And this book, among other things, it recommends to young children how to flirt in gay bars. It recommends to children how to enter into non-consensual sexual relationships. And I'll read here. Oral sex is popping another dude's peen in your mouth, or intending or indeed popping yours and his. There's only one way, hard and fast rule when it comes to blowjobs. Watch the teeth. And then it goes on to say that letting any guy come in your mouth is safe sex.
Okay.
No.
Madam Chair.
Thank you.
Oh, this isn't
We don't
appropriate for
need
this
to-
committee?
We don't need to read items that actually, it's not the things that you're reading that are inappropriate. You got your clippable moment. Maybe we can just move on.
It just seems absurd that this is appropriate for a 12-year-old, but not for the senators in this committee, but I will take it.
okay. I'm going to stop sharing. They didn't want him to finish reading that because they thought it was too vulgar, but it's written in a book that is in a library for children. He checked it out. He said it's a book for gays. And most of those beings that was there, that was part of the they were part of the librarians, right? They were part of the libraries, the administration. And they have put those books in your children's libraries. Mind you, that's your tax dollars. That's your tax money funding this. As stakeholders and shareholders of America, this is what these beings are doing. So we got to act. We got to act. And I mean act on what they're doing. Not just, now I'm bringing it to light, but I'm also going to be acting. So I hope y'all be acting with me. Now I got the petition out there to make sure we delineate, we ethno-aggregate, we separate from all of these immigrants, right? And take our resources, our capital, our pot, right? From the American in the budget, and it come down to us in our offices, and we're making sure that we retrieve our resources that go to us. But I cannot let y'all, hey, I gotta let y'all hear this too now. I gotta show it all to you. I can't just stop. I'm gonna have to stop at 2:00, but I have to, 3:00 Eastern time and at 2:00 my time, Central time. But I'm gonna show y'all, oh, hold on. I'm gonna show y'all as much as I can and why I'm hyped today. Okay? Because I want you all to understand what is at play right now. Okay, I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna go here. This really gonna get you. This really is gonna set you off. Hold on. And I want to set you off. I do. I want you upset. I want you doing something. Yeah, it's time for us to move. Can't keep sitting around. It's time for us to make some moves. Because literally, you got descendants of slave traders on this soil reiterating the bullshit. Oh, I don't know if this is not for kids, but but I want y'all to see where your money and all your resources are going and who it's going to. All the opportunities that our ancestors fought for us. And look who's over here bragging after going to our institutions, getting licenses and becoming doctors. And look at what they're saying, you all. Look at how they're moving. Okay, hold on. Let me play it so y'all can hear what it's saying, what they highlighting that they can do in America, but they can't do in their own homelands. But they coming over here on our backs, on our dime, on trying to take what's ours. Hold on. Let me.
In part one, we began the journey. In part one, we began the journey meeting African immigrants who left their little communities, villages, and cities around the African continent, moved abroad to turn their dreams into success. But that was only the beginning. In part two, we extended the map, traveling to new cities, new industries where African excellence is quietly reshaping local economies and culture.
People actually jump out to go look for jobs, but we are here creating jobs.
In Los Angeles, Ghanaian Dr. Obeng sets the standard in plastic surgery.
One, I like to do surgeries nobody can do, so I'm known to do complex reconstruction.
In Vermont, Faith Mba breaks ceiling into the auto industry, becoming the first and only African to own a Toyota Ford dealership.
I am a Nigerian. I'm the owner of Face Toyota Ford in Westminster, Vermont.
In Houston, Kennedy is dominating the construction industry and Dami closing multi-million-dollar listings yearly.
I've sold over $60 million so far. Respectfully and humbly, I'm 1% of the 1%.
The U.S. is the greatest nation on the face of the earth. It's an immigrant country founded by immigrants. I came from Nigeria, I became a U.S. citizen. I came from Nigeria, I'm building houses in the U.S.
They aren't just in business, they are penetrating into politics to help shape policies in America.
My name is Rep Solomon Adesanya. I represent the 43rd state of Georgia.
When I came here 20 years ago, being African was almost like a stain. People weren't proud to be African.
I will spend 24 hours with them, visiting their homes and businesses to investigate and learn how they were able to build huge businesses as immigrants in the United States. This are Africa's most in America.
All right. They building industries, creating jobs in America. All of these opportunities were ours and what our ancestors fought for us. And we know that they're coming here under Black. We know that they're coming here and receiving our benefits via affirmative action that our ancestors fought and died for us, coming out of Jim Crow to rectify Jim Crow. And these beings are now saying that this is a nation of immigrants. Did y'all hear him say that? Okay. That one got me real hot because they are from Ghana, Nigeria, and they have all kinds of resources over in their country. Now, why are they not over there fighting and making sure that their countries are economically viable? Why are they not making sure they take care of their people, but they coming over here, right? Trying to tell us that we lazy? While at the same time plundering our wealth because nothing here is theirs. They haven't worked for it. They haven't put any energy, time, effort, anything into building, developing, and advancing America. We're the stakeholders here. We're the shareholders here. And I'm going to do everything in my power to block them and make sure they don't get anything that is supposed to be for my offspring, my descendants, when I leave here hundreds of years from now. Oh, yeah. That's where I'm at. The disrespect. Mind you, they are the descendants of slave traders at that. And yeah, I'm saying all of them. I don't care if they are not, because they come from those countries that believed in slave trading and were part of the business partners with the Europeans in the slave trade. They are not innocent. No way, shape, form, or fashion are they innocent. Okay, now they coming over here because they couldn't build in their own homelands, come off of our backs and plunder our wealth. No, it's time to delineate. It is essential that we delineate right now from all of these immigrants and we reconstruct our Freedmen's Bureau or Bureau of Freedmen Affairs, and we get our money from our federal government and we make sure we are recycling it into our communities, to our children, to our people, and we have our own division of Health and Human Services. We have our own division of Civil Rights. We have our own division of patents and trademarks. We have whatever, each department, we dictate. We, us, freedmen, vetted. So all of our resources and our capital goes to us, not them. Hey, yes, all of them are trying to infiltrate our schools. We have our own Department of Education that our HBCUs come up under. And then they can be designated freedmen schools. The Supreme Court has already said it with the Fair Admissions Act. That's already a win. All we need to do now is make sure Trump and his administration understand that our goal and our agenda and what we want for ourselves is some autarky and some independence. And with that 14th Amendment coming down with the SCOTUS, we have every right. And we need to make sure we protect ourselves. Rebuild our cities, rebuild our towns, have snipers out. We got plenty of military, baby. We got snipers on the buildings. We're going to have our own police forces. We're going to do us. And we don't want them crossing the tracks. Cross the tracks after business hours. We don't know what happened to you. Nobody knows. We don't care. I'm hyped. I'm for real. This ain't a game. This is no game. This is real. So hold on. Okay, let's see. The red state, blue state. Numbers USA has petitions to send to President Trump. No. Nobody speaks for us but us. Right? Freedmen. We have our own agenda. We also have our own petition. I'll put it in our chat, in the chat. for us. We're separating, we're delineating, we're doing exactly what Dr. Claude Anderson said, right? We delineate and we ethno-aggregate, and then we make sure that we have what is ours in our pot for us. And the rest of them, they can bootstrap. Because right now, everything they're getting off of our backs. We had a Freedmen's Bureau, and we had our ancestors putting money into a Freedmen's Bank. And in that day and time, it was millions of dollars, and it was corrupted and lost. By whom? People that were not us. When Frederick Douglass was allowed to take over, and I said allowed, to take over the Freedmen's Bureau, they had already basically destroyed it and had taken the money. We are not going to keep going through this. We have the opportunity today to get out of this whole matrix or whatever it is with the Democratic Party, because they showing their ass. They telling you. Now, I don't know how much more it takes for us to understand what is at play here. Okay, hold on. I done got hype. Let me, I got one more video. And we gonna, I'm gonna get ready to shut it down. Okay, I'm gonna show this right here though. I'm gonna show this just so people understand the history, how we have been disenfranchised in everything that we wanted to do for ourselves. And then they're gonna try to flip it like we lazy, when we've been fighting for ourselves and our autarky and independence and autonomy since the day our ancestors got out of slavery. We fought and freed ourselves in the Civil War, right? Lincoln said it. He needed the Civil War. He needed them to help the Union to save America. Now, we should be having all kinds of rewards and benefits for everything we've done for this country as major stakeholders and shareholders of this country. You think I'm going to allow these immigrants to come in on top of me and mine? Not today. We are not our mothers and fathers, and I say it respectfully, right? I will say this. Some of our mothers and fathers, they went through a lot because they went through Jim Crow. They were raised in Jim Crow, right? I'm going to give them that. Then I went and looked at some of the things that happened even during their lifespan in their first 20, in the first 20 to 30 years. It was a lot of death. It was a lot of assassinations in politics here in America. So, you know what? I'm going to give our ancestors or some of our elders grace, right? But I can tell you, even my mama don't talk right to me. But now she even said to me, oh, well, I think God is using Trump. Duh. You went and voted for that old witch. You literally voted for your demise. You voted for that demon. If we want to talk like, but anyway, before I go scroll up to this other video, I want y'all to read this, right? This is from the EJI, and I like them. I follow them or whatever. But on this day, 1869, Congress refused to seat John Willis Minard, the first Black man elected to the House of Representatives, and future President James Garfield argued it was too early to elect a Black person. But yet and still, all of these immigrants on this day and time can come over here, get in political spaces, operate in our identity, and take our freaking resources. Come on now. We're not doing this today. And we're going to have our own freedman president too. I'm speaking it. I don't care how many think it ain't going to happen. I'm going to speak it into fruition or manifest it. Surely are. This is our time. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. We know what she was doing during the presidential State of the Union. What was she doing? Yapping, yelling back at the president. Right? Now, let's listen to her video as she talked to her people in her native tongue, because none of us, freedmen, Black people of America, the only Black people of America, speak like this, okay? This is not how we talk. We have our own language.
Danger laga gelin karin. Marka waxaan reer Minnesota iyo Soomaalida meel kasta ku nool adeerkaya hadda mar dhow ka hadlaayay idinkaga hambalyeynaya sida aad iskugu wada duuban tihiin sida aad kulligiin u garab istaagteen madaxweynaheena because uu u baahan yahay in kulligeen aan garab istaagno Soomaaliya waa Soomaali Soomaaliya waa hal walaalaan wada nahay dhulkeena lagama kala qaybsanaayo dhulal baa naga maqan aan raadsanaynaa insha Allah mar maalin laakiin inta
well she said Somalia is for Somalians. So what's wrong with us making sure as the Americans and patriots of this land that America is for Americans, especially the freedmen? I'm gonna stop sharing right here. Right? Hold on. I'm gonna go past this. How is it that everybody else can come here and claim everything in America but the Americans that literally been here for hundreds of years? Oh, let me show you all this. Huh. Anybody voting for the Democrats, I don't care. We can deal with the Republicans. We can manage them. But these Democrats, off the chain. And we need to get any of those that in the Republican Party that were Democrats that switch parties, get them out. Get them out. They're there to destroy. These people ain't right. I'm with Trump. Trump called them crazy. I align with what he said. They crazy. They psychopaths, narcissists, sociopaths. Something is wrong with those beings. They believe in the abnormal. They don't believe in the normal. They don't want any normalcy. Okay, I was trying to make sure y'all can see it on the YouTube. What does it say? And this was an actual poster by the Democratic Party. Look at that. The two platforms. The Democratic Party, it says the Democratic platform is for the white man. And then the Republican is for the Negro. And look how they have the Negro. And you got these beings right here today supporting this party, going all out for it. Right? Now, I get it. Our people were misled. And like I said, I had a conversation with some people that both parties have done things to the freedmen, right? But overall, though, the party of the Democratic Party, their whole history is racist. Their whole history is attempting to erase and ethnocide and genocide the freedmen. So where they come from, they don't know what normal is. That's right. They can't know what normal is because they don't even, they need some lobotomies. I'm sorry, they need some lobotomies because these beings are insane. I'm with the president. They crazy. Somebody was telling me, hey, I believe they retarded. Yep, they all of that. Remember, some of these beings are incestuous. I know in the Caribbean, they believe in incest. Literally, it's real. You can go look it up. They believe in incest. We know the Africans will rape children, girls in a minute. They rape girls over there like it's nothing. Pedophilia. And now we got all these feminazis. They are from the Caribbean and other areas too. Now we got some guys, but the majority of our women, no, we ain't aligning with that. I'm not claiming that. I'm not claiming any of that. I'm not claiming any of that. Liberals bear a lot of responsibility. Yes, they do. For attending HBCUs. Yes, they do. And that's a way for them to get in, to get on top of us and become, well, they're already classes, right? And now they adding races to it. I call the immigrants races and classes. They're both. They're trying to come in here on top of us and dictate to us, and especially get in our political positions. And that they understand that politics is economics and economics is politics, you all. Okay? Now, I'm going to show one more thing, and if you all don't know, if you didn't know, I'm going to show it to you right now. There's the African Development Foundation that was an independent office in our federal government, in which it had been created in 2016, and they were receiving funding from the United States government so that they could develop Africa. Now, we don't even have that. Now, how is the Africans have an African Development Foundation, an independent corporation in our American government, where they're receiving, I think it was up to, they were going to receive $55 billion. $55 billion. And our people, right? Our tax dollars. And we're the major stakeholders in America. And you go and you look at our neighborhoods, and what do you see? Okay? But we're going to build up Africa when they have all kinds of resources. Come on, y'all. Come on. Come on now. Let's be real about this. Let's think about what we're talking about. Let me find where this man was literally indicted. He was indicted. He didn't want Doge to find the money because he wasn't sending the money to Africa. He didn't do anything about the money going to Africa. He sent it to his friends. You all hear what I'm saying? We have got to get these people out of our pot and from amongst us. They're destroying America. They cannot make America great. No way. They don't have a godly bone in their body. Hold on, let me find it. If not, I'm gonna go to one other video about our history, and I'm gonna shut it down. But there's a video of these white men talking about some of our ancestors, and this is the ending of Black History Month. So we're gonna end that on a good note, so that you all remember this. These are the sacrifices of our ancestors. We got to do better. Our ancestors did all of this, and you think I'm gonna sit here and let it swindle away to some immigrants that didn't do anything and don't deserve anything, and then have helped in our demise? They are literally making sure that they come over here, take and plunder our wealth. I gotta find this picture of this man so y'all can see what I'm talking about. And they were talking about they were still going to give them money, and now they want to defund it, but it was fraud the entire time. We had a senator talking about it. Okay, they got money from Japan. It's just sad. Okay, I'm gonna just show this, and then we're gonna get to the other video. But this is just there was one that I know with his picture on it. But this is it actually happened. No one can say that this did not happen. I want to show you all that even our government caught it. And you can go to the African Development, we'll find anything, because they were not able to adhere to the audits. So it says, when Doge went to audit African Development Foundation, its CFO locked them out. The move was heralded by Democrats and the media as heroic. Turns out when people resist audits, it's because they have something to hide. Today, the agency's CFO admitted to taking bribes. He pled guilty to accepting gratuities and making false statements. Now, that ain't the only thing. He also admitted that he sent the money that was supposed to be going to Africa to his friends, or maybe there was some more of them. But we know right now, today, when some Africans are involved with anything with money, we already know it's funny. The money is going to be funny. We know the money ain't going to where it's supposed to go. Okay? Let's get that straight right now. So why would we have them up in our pot? Because nothing here is theirs. I don't care if anybody calls me xenophobic. I'm standing on the shoulders with, for my people and my ancestors that fought for this for us. Gonna sit here and let nobody else come here and tell me what is mine and what is not ours, or we got to sit back and help others that won't even help themselves. They don't even help themselves over in their own country. You think you're going to come here and dictate to us in America as the freedmen? I think not. Okay, here's a video as well. I'm going to show this one. Let's see what they're talking about. African Development Foundation. Supposedly helping Africa, but they got all kinds of resources. Now, why are we sending money to Africa? Why they need some help in 2026? Let's play this.
African continent. But if described as one of the best kept secrets in the US government, the US African Development Foundation. The agency has been around for 40 years, investing in African-owned and African-led enterprises across the African continent. But have you ever heard of it? Well, its new president and CEO, Travis Adkins, says he's not surprised and he wants that to change. He wants to transform this agency into, as he put it, a hub for Africa, for Africans and the African diaspora, and also for US government officials engaged with the continent. And he's here with me today in studio to tell us in his own words. Travis Adkins, welcome. So nice to have you. Thanks for joining me here on Straight Talk Africa.
Haiti, thanks so much for having me. It's my pleasure to be here.
Okay. So that's not a full video, but I just happened to see that. It's just the fact, I'm gonna stop. Let's see. Okay. It's just the fact that they're over here begging for our resources, any and everything that is ours. All these people over here begging like it's theirs, and they haven't worked for anything. Haven't worked for a dime to receive anything, and they just want to come over here and tell us that they gonna take over and take what is ours. No, not happening on my watch. No. And all of us as a collective of freedmen, descendants, we need to start speaking up and speaking out to the Trump administration, because I will say it again, we do not have any political representation right now. None. 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 Nada. No Black clergy. None of them are speaking on our behalf. But I'm going to end with this video. I think this is a great video, although I do dispute some of the things this man says, that our ancestor was just so gracious that the white men fought and helped us fight the war for slavery or the Civil War so that we could be free, when President Lincoln literally stated he needed the soldiers. He needed our people. He needed the free people of color. He needed the enslaved to beat the Confederacy and save the Union. It's stated in his presidential documents. Okay? So don't let nobody tell you all that we didn't fight for ourselves and fight for our own freedom and then say, but okay, let's go over a little history that they are acknowledging in this clip, and I'm going to shut it down.
How did he win the Revolutionary War? Double spy. Why are we intentionally leaving? There are black founders. Why would our schools leave all of this history out? I mean, this is some of the greatest American story that you've ever heard. Why would they do that? And it's everywhere. You just don't know where to look. If you take a look at the revolutionary paintings, the paintings of revolutionary times, here it is. This is a Boston Tea Party. Bunch of white guys, and then these people strangely looking like Indians, and they're not. But that's it. Not a lot of racial diversity. If you watch movies, one a great movie. This is John Adams. You watch John Adams, and you don't see a lot of racial diversity. I'm currently watching Johnny Tremaine. This is I love this movie. I remember this growing up. I was watching it with my kids just last night, and I noticed there are a couple of American Indians, but you don't see any African Americans unless they're slaves. They will show people as slaves, but that's it. Now, I want to show you a painting of the Battle of Bunker Hill. Here's the Battle of Bunker Hill. Bunch of white guys, right? Unless you know where to look. Right here. That's Peter Salem. He was actually the hero of the battle. It doesn't look like he's a hero there. He looks like he's cowering behind the white guy with a sword. He was the hero of the battle. And he saved scores of American lives that day. Why don't we know this? Look here. African American, helping row the boat across. You know what his name was? Prince Whipple. He fought alongside Washington during the Revolution. Take a look at this one. This painting of, this is the Marquis de Lafayette. If you look at this, you just think, oh yeah, and then he made his slave dress up like I don't know what. But that's what you would think, right? This guy is incredibly important. This guy may have won the Revolutionary War. Name. How did he win the Revolutionary War? Double spy. I'm going to let David tell the story here in a minute, but basically the Brits thought that he was spying for them, but he was spying for General Washington. He'd give the Brits bad intel and reveal the good critical information to General Washington. Did you know this story? Why? I'm so tired of people saying, well, it was just the white people, white people, white people. No. Why are we intentionally leaving others out? There are black founders in history. If I ask the audience, when did America have its first African-American judge? What year would you say? Anybody? Take a guess. Judge. 1860s? Anybody? 1770. Amy, is that just a wild guess?
No, it's not. I wasn't sure exactly, but I think it's about
1770. Tell me.
1768. Wentworth Cheswell, New Hampshire, elected to office in New Hampshire. He was reelected for the next 49 years, held 8 different political positions. Really cool story about him is we all know that Paul Revere made his midnight ride. We also know he wasn't the only guy riding that night. Another guy riding, Wentworth Cheswell, black and white.
Now, how is it possible? Did you know that we had an African-American ride to say the British are coming, the British are coming? Amy did. Amy did. Anybody else besides Amy know that? 2, 3. Okay, 3 people in the audience.
Now, the white guy with the sword is Thomas Grosvenor. So you have Thomas Grosvenor and you have Peter Salem, black and white fighting side by side. But Peter is definitely the hero that day. 1817, this painting is done. And all the way up until the 1980s, we knew that that was Peter Salem, the hero of Bunker Hill. 1980s, the professors got together and said, oh, no, that's not Peter Salem. We think that that's Grosvenor's slave is who that is. It's not Peter Salem.
Oh, you're kidding.
No, in the 80s, they changed that from Peter Salem to Grosvenor's slave, Asaba. And that's what they say, oh, no, it's not Peter, it's Asaba Grosvenor. It's his slave. How come the guy who painted it and the guy who was there and the guy who saw it and painted what he saw had him as Peter Salem? And now we've all convinced, oh, no, it's just like...
Because first, one thing that I think is missing in America, and it is the key to America, has been the difference between individual rights and collective rights. And this man articulated that.
This guy right here, this is Lemuel Haynes. Lemuel Haynes is a soldier in the American Revolution. He's a black preacher. He's the first black preacher ordained in America that was a pastor of a white congregation in Vermont, Massachusetts, New York, several places.
Wait, a black professor in
black
a
preacher,
white...
That's right, in a white church.
Yeah, black minister.
Black minister in a white church in 4 different states. He was ordained in the Congregationalist denomination in 1785. He's the first black to receive a master's degree in America. He got that in 1804 from Middlebury College. So Lemuel Haynes, every year on Washington's birthday, he preached a special sermon about George Washington, his commander-in-chief, in all of his churches where he was. So we don't hear about Lemuel Haynes. This is Benjamin Banneker. I think he's the most brilliant scientist in American history. This guy, unbelievable what he did. He's the guy
More so than Franklin?
I would put Franklin and Banneker almost equal. Now, Franklin did a lot of inventions. This guy one time took a pocket watch. He taught himself how to read. He taught himself science. He wrote an almanac that 10 years ahead, he was able to predict to the minute solar eclipses, lunar eclipses, 10 years before they happened. I mean, by watching the motion through a telescope, unbelievable what the guy did. He once took the back off a pocket watch, saw how it worked, went home, and carved a wooden clock with all the gears, mainspring, and it was accurate to within 1 minute a year. A wooden clock the guy did. He's the guy who laid out Washington, D.C. He's the surveyor who did all that. He's a brilliant mathematician. Jefferson gave him...
Never knew this.
No. Jefferson gave him an example to France, said, hey, you guys in France think that blacks are inferior. Here's Benjamin Banneker.
First, representatives, I asked, when did we have our first black Speaker of the House? When did we have the first Speaker of the House? 1789. When did we have our first black Speaker of the House? I bet most people would say never.
Joseph Hayne Rainey. Joseph Hayne Rainey of South Carolina is the first black to preside over the House of Representatives. These are the first 7 blacks elected to Congress. You have here Senator Hiram Rhodes Revels, the first black U.S. Senator elected. He was a minister of the gospel. He was a missionary. He worked with Frederick Douglass. He recruited 3 regiments of black soldiers in the Civil War, and he was a missionary to slaves in the South. You have here Benjamin Turner, Josiah Wall, the large. This guy right here is really cool. Robert is probably the most brilliant guy of that era. He actually took on the vice president of the Confederacy in a debate on the floor and just tore his head off. The racist Alexander Stephens. It was a great debate.
When did we turn? Were these guys proud Americans, or did they say
this is the epitome of what we were just talking about. These were individual guys. Half of these guys taught themselves to read. Half of these guys were slaves, and 5 years later, they're sitting in Congress. And as slaves, it was a capital offense to learn to read. So these guys in 5, and I'll guarantee you read their speeches and records of Congress, you better have a dictionary and a thesaurus in both hands because you want to understand the language they use. It is so brilliant what these guys did. But
were they there to say the white man is bad and the America is bad?
No. And these guys were.
I want to stop sharing because. Okay, so there you don't know what kind of bitterness he held. I mean, come on now. With that, I think that's a little too far. Well, I mean, there was so much rape and pedophilia and so many things that they had to go through slavery. I just cannot imagine there's some feelings behind that, right? And we're not going to act like we're all so forgiving of everything that happened during slavery. Not happening. Not happening, because this is why we're in the position today, because we have beings that will not stand on what our ancestors had to endure and go through, and how we had to fight to be stakeholders and shareholders in this country that we built, developed, and advanced. So no, we're not gonna do that. But anyway, I wanted to show you all they doing some research that we've been integral in this country from the very beginning. And so when anybody, these immigrants that are coming over here trying to take over, you got to represent. We got to stand on it and stand in it for our ancestors, our elders, and our future, our children, our offspring, our legacy. That's where I'm at. So with that, I have to shut it down. I have to go now. I really appreciate you all joining me. And hey, we'll see what we have come up next week. Because this, honey, the Democrats, I have told you the direction that they're going. Now, how are we going to counter them, and what is our strategy? And with that, I sign off. Thank you all. Have a good one.